Okay, so in this video we're going to be talking about how you can invest in the Irish property and construction market in a very simple way. I know a lot of people want to get started investing in the whole property space, and it can be very hard to do so, especially in Ireland. I mean, getting on the property ladder is extremely tough, and trying to find investors to maybe fund a property for you can be even tougher than that as well. But that's where this video comes in, and the idea of peer-to-peer lending. So just before we get into this, guys, make sure you do take a second to drop a like on this video. It'd be very much appreciated, and it really does help out the channel. So if it's your first time hearing of peer-to-peer lending, let me just go ahead and describe what it actually is. So when it comes to peer-to-peer financing, here's how we look at it. Essentially, we have three parties. We have a person who is looking for finance, we have people who are willing to invest, and then we have that intermediary in between who facilitates the transaction. So there's a couple of different variables that go into how much the investor can expect in return. So for example, when funding ads go up, they could be listed from different terms, all the way from 6 months to 24 months. The shorter term periods will obviously have less interest rates for the investor, but for example, the 24-month periods, you can get up to 7 to 8% return on your money. So it's a great way of diversifying your portfolio. Let's say you're quite heavily weighted in equities, it'd be great to be able to get some into property in order to diversify that portfolio a bit. And when stocks and cryptocurrencies are on that downtrend, the aim would be to have this as a bit of a backup and a steady income earner. Now again, I would like to point out that I'm not a financial advisor, and please make sure you do all your own research into this. Of course, with any investment, there is a level of risk that is involved. And on that, I'm sure the question comes up, is my money safe in this kind of investment? So with any loan on property bridges, there is something called a first legal charge. And that essentially means that if the construction company were not able to finish their development, or they went bankrupt or something along them lines, property bridges would have rights to the development, and from that they can sell that on and recover some, if not all, of the funds. So while these loans would generally be considered sound investments, do keep in mind that there is always risk to your capital when investing, whether that be the stock market, cryptocurrency, or even property. So if we go to the invest section right here, we'll be able to see what's currently on offer and some of the previous offerings that have been completed. So if we scroll down first to some of the ones that have been completed, we'll get an idea of what the kind of loan rates are and the terms of these loans as well. So let's take this one for example. We can see that this was looking for €68,000. It was a development. The loan rate was 7%, which is a pretty good return right there, and it was a new build, and then it was going to mature on October 2021, so it was 7 months, that one, so quite a short term there. We'll have a look at a bit of a larger one here now as well, so we can see this one is in Dublin City. This one was a refurb, so quite common. I would say most of the things you're going to see in Dublin City will probably be refurbs opposed to new developments. But we can see here the loan rate was 8% on this, but that term was a little bit longer, over 24 months. So at the minute on the site, there are currently no offerings that you can invest in straight away. But what I do like is that they have two right here that they have coming soon. So you can go ahead and read about some of the details of it. This is 7% for 14 months. So let's go ahead and check this one out. And that'll give some details on it. You can see there's a slideshow here with a couple of different pictures of the site. So this is a new build or development. And then if we go down, we'll be able to see some more details on it, what the value of development will be and how much they're looking for. And what they'll do here as well is they'll put in a document that you can download here. It's actually not on this one yet, but if we go back, I think I've seen it on this one. So these documents will be available. They're the credit papers essentially for the loan. So I think we have it on this one here. Yeah, right here. So you can go ahead and download that, and you can read more about the ins and outs and the full details of this deal. So there's a bit of an outline. Let's jump on to property bridges. Go ahead and make an account, show you how to set that all up, and we'll go ahead and invest in one of the current construction projects. Okay, so I've jumped over onto the laptop here, and we'll go through how you can set up an account and invest in some property on here. So they actually have quite a good few resources on the Property Bridges website here. So for example, if you come up to the About section, you can read some of the FAQs there. They also have an investor pack as well that you can download, and that will give you a full guide to how Property Bridges essentially works. Okay, but what we're going to do now is go ahead and click sign up. So for this video, we're going to be just looking at the investing side of things. So we're investors that want to fund some of these projects. So just go ahead and fill in all your details there, and then you just click yes to the terms of agreement, and then you can click sign up. You can also use the single sign-on feature and sign up with Facebook or LinkedIn, but for these type of things, I like to just have my own individual account here. So we'll go ahead and click sign up. So then you'll get an email sent out to the email address you signed up with, and you just have to use that to verify your account. So once you have that done, you'll be greeted with this page, and now we have ourselves an account. So what we need to do then is just select this, that you're going to be a peer-to-peer lender. So then you can go ahead and fill in your personal information. It might be worth highlighting here as well that you do need to be at least 18 years old, but that is the case for every type of investment, so there should be no surprise there. So you'll just get an overview of your profile statement as well as the risk warning, which is basically what I already said, is that you need to recognize that your capital will be at risk as with any investment. And then there'll also be a small series of questions that you just need to answer to make sure that you've really grasped the concept of what is going on here and you understand the risks involved. So once that's done, you're on the final stage of the process where you just have to verify your identity. So for this you can use your passport, you can use your driver's license, and then for the proof of residence you can use any type of utility bill that shows your address that is dated within the last 6 months. So yeah, nothing out of the ordinary here, basically just the common steps that you would take to set up any type of investment account. Okay, so it's been about 24 hours or so since I last recorded this video, and I'm now verified on the Property Bridges website. So once we're accredited on here, we can jump into our account and we can see what we have. So we've got our dashboard here, and this will basically keep track of all your investments. I don't have any on this account right now because I've just set it up, but this is where you'd be able to keep track of all your investments, see how much is invested, see how much interest you've been repaid. Then another thing you can go to is My Wallet down here. And this is what we need in order to deposit funds. So this part right here, account details, this is how you'll deposit the funds. You just do a bank transfer to this account. What I would like to see here is a feature where you could deposit with your credit card or Apple Pay or something like that. So hopefully that's something they bring in the future. Normally that kind of deposit method does bring about some fees with it, but it is good for people who want that kind of instant transfer. But that being said, a bank transfer is standard practice with these as well and generally has no fees involved with it. So you just wire the funds to these bank account details right here, and then you will get your money in here, and from there you can go ahead and invest into different projects. Before we leave the account section here, I just want to show this auto invest feature as well. This is something I would recommend turning on if you want to have that kind of set it and forget it attitude. So you could invest, we'll say 100 every single month, and if you have this auto invest feature on, whenever there are loans available, it will invest that automatically for you without you even having to log in. So once we turn this on, there's a couple of different parameters we can set: the type of loans we want to be in, the term of the loans we want to be in, and the rate and all that kind of stuff there as well. So yeah, the auto invest feature is definitely something I recommend checking out. Another reason why you might turn this on is because when these loans are looking to be funded, they can often be filled up very quickly. So if you have auto invest on, you'll make sure you don't miss the boat. So guys, to sum up, Property Bridges are essentially a bridge, I guess you could say, between you and investing in the Irish real estate and construction market. It's a great way to get some exposure there and support the Irish economy, while also giving yourself some diversification in your portfolios away from stocks and cryptocurrency. As you've seen, their loans range from about 7 to 8%, and the terms can be anywhere from 6 to 24 months, which is quite good. Nobody wants to tie their money up for too long. So I think the idea of maybe going for a 12-month loan, and if you can get that at something like 6 or 7%, that would be a great way to diversify some of your funds. So for anyone interested in signing up, I will leave a link down in the description below. Go ahead and check it out, see what you think of it. If any of you have already used Property Bridges or are currently using it, let me know in the comment section below and your experience with it so far. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this, make sure you do drop a like on this video. It really does help out the channel, and please consider subscribing if you enjoy this content as well. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll catch you in another video.